Well, that's only the plan A, love. There's always a plan B.
And what's plan B?
Oh my God!
Well, hello everyone, it's Liam Catterson here with another episode of The Originals. It's episode number 3 of this season. Excited to get into this, with the last episode being more so, I guess, of an original, funnily enough, episode, in regards to how episode 1 was. Basically what episode 20 of season 4 of The Vampire Diaries was, but in Elijah's perspective. Last episode we had Rebecca roll into New Orleans sooner than I expected, but I guess welcome and inevitable at the same time. And it was just really, really great to see not just, you know, like I said, her roll into New Orleans in the present day, but also to see her relationship with Marcel, or at least a little bit of her relationship, enough to know that there was a little bit of a thing between Marcel and Rebecca. It was really, really great to see how that, I guess, kind of set the stage in the present day with, you know, so much history being between them. So, yeah, with the fact that as well, Marcel has Elijah, so that's great. But yeah, it was really fantastic stuff. And yeah, I'm excited to explore more of this spin-off show. So why don't we get into episode number 3 of The Original Season 1. Let's go.
Each day removes them further from the humanity we once possessed. My sweet sister
Watch
Rebecca has
into
grown
that
quite indifferent
darkness.
to brutality. However, the true problem remains my brother Niklas.
Always and forever, right?
If I fail, our family's legacy will end in darkness.
I cannot believe you disposed of those
Yeah.
vampires without me.
It's
You know
just
how I love to set things on
a
fire.
depressing thought, isn't it?
Aware that I'm trying to sabotage his hold over the supernatural community of the French Quarter, but a friend nonetheless. And secondly,
I just love how he's, like, he's got this plot. He's a friend still, though.
If I had known
We're still
he would
good
place my
mates.
brother in the
I just
hands
want to
of
be
a particularly
king.
nasty-
For a sibling, but there is none more diabolical.
Well, that's only the plan A, love. There's always a plan B.
And what's plan B?
Sorry, whenever I hear someone... Whoa, love it. Whenever I hear, like, that reference, there's always a plan B. I'm just thinking about, like, that WWE move when Seth Rollins betrayed Roman Reigns. And then you hear that guy in the crowd go, no! Top 10 anime heartbreaks.
You think the werewolves are back in town trying to start some trouble?
Look, I know you and Klaus are friends, but the fact is, since the original showed
Oh,
up,
come now,
Is it a
Thierry.
coinky
You're
dink?
not still upset about that little toxic werewolf bite I gave you, are you? I thought we were bygones.
I see you giving them think the sister killed the Nightwalker.
Is that an accusation?
Man,
Against an original?
What did I say about peace?
And here's the thing, peace is never an option.
Come on. Walk with me.
Plus, Thierry's worried about 3 original vampires.
You're in a circle.
The 2 worst ones, I would say, are walking around right now. So for having Elijah walk around might not be adding on to problems.
He thinks you killed 10 Nightwalkers.
Oh, that's a lie. I only killed 8. Shall I carry the night?
Marcel is playing friendly. We compulsion. Marcel's had his whole crew taking it since I returned to town. And that is why our friend here needs to be bled dry of it, so I can compel him to follow my every command.
It's just like alcohol in your system.
My
You want to
brother
puke
currently in
up to try and
captivity
get it
awaiting
out your
rescue.
system.
We...
I suggest you answer my question honestly. Just answer the question, Katie, please.
Come on, Katie. You don't want
Yes, I
to...
told someone, but you don't understand. I love him.
Peter, to the cause. Katie, for example, was to perform much more powerful magic at the same time.
Ooh.
That will create a smokescreen concealing your
Feel like
very
that will fuck
small
her up.
spell from Davina. Katie doesn't deserve to die.
Yeah, that... Yeah. It's... Here's the thing. I see where they're gonna go
Be so
here.
principled. Who, pray tell, of Marcel's valued inner circle, manages his business at the docks?
Trying to get
Katie's boyfriend, Thierry.
Sophie to understand. Again, you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. lives of the many, lives of the few, etc. etc.
Thierry, take a team of Nightwalkers to the Cauldron tonight. Do a little rousting. Oh, and Thierry, make it nasty.
Message sent, yeah.
They, the ones you can't shake even though you know better. And you always know better. I like you, Cammy. Most girls have the unfortunate tendency of being whiny little twits. Thanks, I think.
And I, in turn, have arranged for things to go tragically wrong. You understand what you're to do.
Going to see his smarts come to play again. I love it.
It's inclined to so easily forgive.
Oh, I see what you did. Oh my god. Oh, I see. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, you sneaky bastard, Klaus.
What's worth dying for, if not love?
Oh man. He really can be brutal, can't he?
Well, this certainly is a fitting backdrop for tonight's events, I must say.
Rebecca's killing it. Rebecca is killing. Is that Cammy? Oh!
You clean up pretty well yourself.
Well, don't be fooled, love. I'm the devil in disguise.
You two chit-chat. I need booze.
Shall we?
Okay.
Well, this is gonna distract Marcel even more, definitely.
I'm sensing that would be Marcel.
You would be sensing right.
Ancient history.
I'm beginning to think your sister's a bit of a bitch.
Oh my god!
It's as though she invented the term.
Who?
You're not supposed to be out here.
Oh, she met
Who
one
are
of her
you?
own. Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I'm Sabine. An old trick my grandmother taught me. Come on. You have to be a little curious.
come on, I want to know. Although I am leaning more towards a girl. And we need, I guess if we're going to have a descendant of the originals and all of that, we need more girls here, right? Because it's just Rebecca. We've had Finn, we've had Cole, we've had Elijah, Klaus. Come on. Oh. Uh-oh.
What the hell did you do? Not here.
Yeah, not here. In front of Cammy, because that's going to really score confidence for her. Look at that smirk. These dreams are very, very,
Something's coming.
yeah, those dreams are very, very trippy.
I guess this is the moment I remember I know better.
I do feel so bad for Cammy because she was worried about being let down and...
Little kingdom of your own.
Marcel, no!
Here's a lesson in friendship. Friends don't lie to me. They don't break my rules. And
Oh,
they do not
shit.
steal what is mine.
Damn, Klaus, that is ruthless.
Thierry Van Shore to 100 years in the garden.
Oh, that sounds peaceful and lovely.
And it begins.
Uh-oh.
Katie, no!
Like clockwork.
Oh, shit. Oh. Oh my god, Kate! Yeah, that is massive!
Well, come on, little girl.
Oh!
Seal him up. Let him rot.
For 100 years. Oh, lovely. Oh, they're gonna... Oh my god, are they gonna really... Oh my god!
Seems like the least I can do.
It all works clockwork, as he said. It's all about that strategy.
Not the guy I thought he was. And if he can turn on a dime like that.
Sounds like more than just a broken heart.
Oh, yeah, she's
Someone broke your trust.
Yeah, she's been abused in the past.
Camille, the brave bartender.
Oh my God, Klaus.
You went to Marcel's. You
There we
danced.
go. There
You
we
feel
go.
badly that he had a row with his friend, but otherwise, all you remember is that it was perfect.
Oh, poor. I feel so bad for Cammy.
To know about Davina, I will have her for myself.
It's all of these small little steps
I've
Klaus
all the
is
faith in the world that you'll get what you want, Nick.
cruelly
always do.
playing.
No matter what it costs the rest of us.
Vina.
No. You said the old ones were dangerous.
Yeah, this is a conflict.
I won't give him back until I know how to kill them.
Oh no.
Capable of redemption.
Hey. I learned something today.
Are we having a boy or a girl?
I think it's a girl.
Yes! Let's go!
Yet each time that I am tempted to surrender, I see it.
Wait. Wait, what? Please tell me I'm not having a mini Klaus.
I mean, you still could, just... Oh! Latin. Yeah, nowadays, you know, I think Google would be on top of that. Although, there are some languages that will not be... Like, there are dead languages. You just think back to... What was it? It was... I think it was episode 13 of season 4 for the Vampire Diaries. You know, Klaus had to read this ancient language that was dead and all of that, and that was the whole thing about the cure, wasn't it? About how there's only one. That was the whole revelation. So yeah. So yeah. Can't say what Sabine was reciting is something that sounds familiar to me. And it seems like the interwebs is not doing doing Haley any favors. But yeah. There was a no wait, so I am really intrigued to see what's going on here. But as far as Haley's concerned, it's a girl. But there could be something more. We'll just have to wait and see. Because, yeah, Sabine. But that's it, though. I mean, you've had... And I know it's not like Haley's kid is going to be a sibling, obviously, to, you know, Klaus and all of that. Yeah. We're not Game of Thronesing this. But, I mean, you just think back to the last, I guess, or the present day generation, I guess, of the originals. And, I mean, there were, of course, others as well. But out of the main 5... I guess, in terms of the originals, only one was a girl, and that was Rebecca. So we could do with more girls in the in the original family complications that will, you know, unravel in this show as they always do. So yeah, but yeah, Klaus was just really ruthless in this episode. I mean, that's it though. He had to kill Katie in order to dig further into the whole trust circle when it comes to Marcel. So I saw what he like when he went to give the old neck snap to her. I knew what their play was. So and obviously there would be so much chaos if Katie did kill Thingy. So yeah, Thingy Marcel. No, but yeah, this was really, really neat. Again, really enjoyed this episode for the originals. It is interesting because I can't put my mind about Davina. Obviously, she's very, very powerful as a witch, but there is something more. Even so much to the point where she forbids Marcel from immediately giving Elijah back to the originals. So yeah, and you know, it's not like Marcel is in a position to stop us. Be like, no, you're doing things my way. So yeah, I mean, I guess it will be leverage as well for Marcel if he has to keep, like, especially after the whole Thierry incident, 70 years of friendship just gone down the toilet. You want to keep your options open, don't you? So. Yeah, but still, I mean, it is a very, very interesting situation with Davida. So it's also interesting as well in terms of finding out with her, because we know that she has this sense that is able to depict when someone is using magic, and it seems like we found that out a little bit in terms of how she's able to sense that with her mind flashing, and then she's, you know, that would be very, very good. You know, when it's like you have a dream and all of that, and you just don't remember the details, and yeah, you should. That's what I should do. Just wake up, just draw what I saw down, and boom. Won't have that problem again. No, just use a dream journal. It's less complicated. Because you got to fill in the plot, right? Anyways, I digress. So yeah, Davina is a very, very interesting character in terms of, you know, how powerful she is. We saw how powerful she was when it came to, well, not just yeeting Rebecca out of the mansion, but also how she was able to play around with Rebecca's mindset as well. So. Yeah, but the kicker is she doesn't know how to kill an original, so yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see what will happen in terms of is she going to get to that point, and you know who Davina really is, I guess. So, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, really, really great stuff this episode. Klaus very unhinged. Yeah, I felt so bad for Thierry. I guess the writing was on the wall though when it came to the whole comparisons to Romeo and Juliet, because you know, remind me folks, how did that end? Yeah, and you know, whilst Thierry didn't exactly die himself, which I thought was going to be the direction he was heading once you know, Marcel found out about Thierry's, I guess, heel turn or whatever. Yeah, like I thought that was going to happen, but yeah, it's not exactly death, but I mean, it's not exact. I feel like it might be a fate worse than death, like with the garden, and I'll get onto that in a moment. But yeah, Klaus unhinged. So I do love how it began with simply asking Marcel. And then going to Plan B, and yeah, I'm even gonna make an edit for that, like a weird cross of the originals and WWE. I don't know why, but it's just when Klaus said there's always a Plan B. There is just that one, like, reference in whenever you reference something like that, I just think back to that moment of Seth Rollins. So, funnily enough, I've got a WWE shirt on. It's SummerSlam night tonight, so. Yeah, best in the world. I mean, I would have my Cody Rhodes shirt on, but you know, it's hot, and you know the most part of that shirt is black. This is so yeah, it's too hot today. So, but I digress. Yeah, I mean, he was again. We're seeing, like, I really, really do appreciate how, you know, even though that the Vampire Diaries divulged on the intellect of Klaus, I feel like with these past 2 episodes, we have really peered into the mindset of Klaus and, you know, him strategizing. Because that's it, though. With Katie, he, like, it's not just the fact that there was that reference to Romeo and Juliet and all of that, like, in terms of, you know, fraternizing with the enemy, and, you know, that ended in tragedy, kind of like with what happened in this episode with, well, not just Katie, but Thierry as well. But it's also the fact that, you know, Klaus wasn't exactly ignorant in terms of this whole war situation about how there are going to be a few sacrifices. And because that's it, though. Klaus needs to show that trust to Marcel. He needs to do whatever it takes to make sure that Marcel can see that, you know, he's in good hands and all of that. So... with Klaus, and that involved killing Katie. So, and not just that though, but it won Marcel. It got Marcel to be like, I owe you one. So, but again, just the little bits and pieces, like bringing Cammy involved as well, and then just shattering her heart, and then Klaus just comes swooping in, and all of that. It's just really, really insane. So, yeah. And I did feel so bad for Cammy as well, because of the fact that there seems to be... I don't know, the way that I'm... Because we've obviously heard Cammy talk about how hesitant she can be, which is understandable. You know, a guy's got that charm on, and you're hesitant to just jump for that opportunity to potentially find someone. But I felt like, and this could be me over-analysing, but from the wording that she gave out and all of that, it does seem like her past has involved an abusive relationship. So, and obviously that makes the whole situation, especially with how, you know, ruthless Marcel is and how Klaus can be a bit of a difficult bastard at times. It makes the whole situation a bit more like heartbreaking. So. Yeah, that's what I got from like the little exchange when it came to Klaus and Cammy. So after, you know, Cammy understandably left. So, but yeah, and now she's gonna be like, because Klaus has compelled her. So she's been compelled again, and it's just, yeah, really, really rough. So it won't be long before she gets involved into the main hecticness of this war. I mean, she already is in a sense, but when she becomes aware of what's going on, that if that makes sense, so won't be long. But again, you do feel so bad for Cammy being, you know, really, really involved in this, and you know, with her past and all of that. Yeah, there is a sense of there is a sense of agony there. So yeah, but yeah. Like I said, Thierry, oof, it was a really, really ruthless plan for like he was licking his lips with Klaus in terms of being able to use this, you know, fraternizing with the enemy situation to his advantage, especially in terms of getting Thierry to fend off against that vampire. You know, you just stir the plot along, and yeah, so and you cause panic really within Marcel's circle, because again, he's known Thierry for 70 years, and he's just done something that is unforgivable. And yeah, so like I said, I thought he was gonna throw Thierry off the balcony. You know, you just set up at the perfect opportunity and all of that. Just and he's done something that really, really pisses Marcel off. But I guess the garden, which is a concept that I'm sure is definitely going to get explored later, like the tomb and all of that, in terms of the Vampire Diaries. But yeah, the garden, that does seem like a fate worse than death. Especially when you're bricking up Thierry, and you're leaving him to rot there. You're leaving him to starve and all of that. And not just that, though, but we got to see a few other examples of those who've been seemingly sentenced to the garden as well. So that is a very, very interesting situation. And I'm sure Klaus is going to get sent there at some point in the future. Once Marcel realizes that, oh, I see what you're doing, basically. And yeah, this is total war. So yeah, but yeah, I really, really thought that it was really great stuff in terms of this whole plan. Whilst, of course, there was this whole idea to get Elijah back. So, and we kind of got there, but again, Davina's just being difficult at this moment. So it's like, but yeah, I am very, very intrigued to see what her whole situation is going to like be. Basically, when obviously every piece of her is unraveled and all of that. So yeah. But yeah, it was great to utilize Sophie a bit more into this as well, and how she was, you know, part of the whole thing in terms of kind of bringing the veil up, I guess, to kind of like play it as part of the distraction, because of course Marcel needed to be distracted, Davina needed to be, yeah. Of course she had that like realization it was magic and all of that, but yeah, I mean, she wasn't like she like that shot of Katie just absolutely yeah, that was just really you saw Davina yeah, you saw Davina get whammied, and you saw Marcel and his group get whammied by Katie, and it was just, you know, you were low-key hoping, I don't know about anyone else, but I was low-key hoping that Katie was going to succeed, so, but, you know, Katie had to die in Klaus's, in Klaus's mind, so, yeah, but, yeah, because that's it, though. This whole thing wasn't about Sophie being able to locate Elijah. But it was more so of an idea of that being that was fueling things in terms of Klaus. Because this is it, though. Klaus is playing both sides, both witches and Marcel. Well, both witches and vampires, I guess you could say. And he needs to... He needs Marcel to be like, I am eternally grateful. I mean, I was once before, but you just saved my skin. That could have been it. I could have been out of this show really early. But you saved my bacon, so... but, yeah. It was just really, you know, great stuff. There was, of course, more focus on Haley and, of course, the whole baby situation. Seemingly it will be a girl. But there is something more, so... Of course, you had Sabine talk about, well, she was talking in a language that is not able to be detected and all of that. I think it's Latin. I'm just saying, I think it's Latin. I don't necessarily know Latin from, you know, I don't know a word of Latin, but she didn't select Latin and all of that. And, you know, we didn't see her go through all of the options. But I don't know why, but I just feel like it's Latin, so... but what is Latin in terms of what, like, because obviously you had Sabine be like, it's a girl, but there is something more. And I do worry about the fact that this kid could be like the, I don't know. The way I see things is that this kid is going to be the downfall for all supernatural kind. And because that's going to create so much of a kerfuffle, isn't it, amongst the street, for the supernatural, isn't it? Like, word has to be brought out and all of that. So, because this kid is going to be the apocalypse, basically, for all supernatural kind. So, maybe not humans, although humans might be collateral damage, I don't know. But, yeah, I feel like with the fact that you've got the kid of the original and the kid of the werewolf, and you've got this like hybrid kid basically, and not just that though, but it causes more drama, of course, on the streets, doesn't it? I feel like they are going to go in a direction where this kid is going to be the be-all end-all, I guess, of all supernatural, unless we are able to convince the kid, etc., that ending all life of supernatural beings is not the way to go. Because not just that, though, not just do you want to steer away from extinction of all supernatural beings, but I do feel like it will be a good testament to trying to give the originals a bit of a better name, because obviously there is this hope that Klaus can find a bit more of a softer light and all of that. So you've got Rebecca's whole situation where she's trying to you know, be in a better light, and Elijah is Elijah. So, you know, he's got that nobility and loyalty to him and all of that. So yeah, but here's the thing, like, easily, especially with how ruthless the originals can be, you can absolutely have Haley's kid, or Haley and Klaus's kid. You can easily have that kid be probably worse than Klaus. I know it's a concept, but it makes for a very, very interesting story if you have everyone who is supernatural, everyone who is vampire, witches, werewolves, you have them being worried about this kid. I don't know. That's just my you know, mind theorizing. But you have news breaking out about this kid, not just because, well, it's the kid of a original and a werewolf. It's more so to the point of, oh shit, this kid's going to be the end of all of us. And so that puts a bit more of a complication for Haley and Klaus, and yeah, there is this greater push to protect the baby. So, and it will definitely test things with Marcel and Klaus, definitely, because I don't think Marcel wants to be around if this kid is going to be, yeah, he's not going to let that fly if this kid is going to be the, you know, an extinction level event for all supernatural entities. So yeah, so yeah, but it definitely does put a very, very good test for I guess the next generations of the original, really, because you have someone who's doing the unthinkable, and that's being worse than Klaus, because obviously when Klaus strolled into the Vampire Diaries, there was already a bit of a precedence in terms of how infamous he was, about how cruel he was, etc. And you just got to think, well, there's no way we can top that. So what if you have a kid who is not, who you know, if steered in the wrong direction, aka, you know, evil and all of that, this kid could bring down every supernatural entity, etc. So you want to make sure that this kid is, you know, good, basically, that this kid is not evil, etc. So yeah, you and it not just, of course, brings away that threat, but it also is going to be continuing this new hope, really, for the original family line, right, for the Michelsons. So yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, because I imagine there might be some people, if I am wrong, who's like, oh, you're way off, Liam. But I like to imagine that I am in the ballpark, just because it makes sense in my mind. But of course, we just have to wait and see where things are going to go when it comes to the kids. So, but for the time being, there is a real threat that this kid could be the, you know, be all end all for all supernatural kind, really. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the kid will definitely be it's a fixed point. It's just that there is a real possibility if the kid turns out to be a little shit. So, yeah. But, again, it's a case of, let's wait and see what will happen over the course of this show. But yeah, this was a pretty great episode. So, yeah, really excited to see where things will go for the next installment of the original. So yeah, with that said though, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!